Well, God bless you. Hey, I think I can share something tonight. I think I will. What if there was a way that you could learn how to share the gospel, the good news about Jesus Christ? Now, I started a series, and this is tape number 2. But what I'm sharing here will help every church grow, probably your business, more than likely. So when I began to think about how to grow, what is God doing? How do we multiply? Now I realize this. Many of you use a bunch of advertising and propaganda, and you spend millions of dollars out there, right? Why don't we go back to the Bible? The Bible is an incredible book. It's filled with wonderful stories, true stories. But the principles are right inside the Bible. Now listen to me really good. Because what I'm going to share with you tonight, it would take a church, let's say of 100, if you apply what I'm going to share. We'll multiply it to 1,000. It could take a church of 1,000 and multiply it to 5,000. And maybe I've got your listening ears on right now. The principles of what I'm sharing with you are right in the Bible. They've been there the whole time. Let's go back and study about this little lady. Back in those days, her name was Aquila. She was back in the church day. And so I'm going to take you back and take a journey. So let's just say we meet her. I'm going to do a little drama here, back and forth. Well, hello, Aquila. Good evening. How are you doing? I understand that you're a member of the church here. And if you don't mind, could I come in and visit you for a while? I'm going to take these off. Get tired of wearing glasses. Oh, I can see. Miracle. If you don't mind, though, we'd like for you to tell us how the church that you're in, part of, how did you do this? How did you reach Asia Minor and have such an incredible soul-winning program where you led so many people to Jesus Christ? Wow. Been reading about that. It's mind-blowing to me how you reach so many people. Well, Rock, why don't you have a chair and sit down and I'll tell you about it. If you don't mind, you want to listen. You want to learn how this New Testament church grows. She looks right at me. She hands me a cookie and some milk and said, now sit back and relax and listen. It meets here in my home. I about fell over backwards. What? Your home? You got pastor and all that stuff like they have in America? Well, yeah, we've got apostles and prophets and teachers and evangelists. I'm a little shook up right now, Aquila. I don't understand. I go, you meet in your home, and in fact, she says to me, well, what's a church building? I guess we don't meet in a church. You know, Rock, we do have, some synagogues we go to daily, and we meet in homes daily, every day. We're just so excited about Jesus. We got to talk about him every single day. We love him that much, We just have to talk to him, and everybody we know we invite to our homes, and we talk about the Lord. Well, what are you going to do to evangelize Ephesus, Aquila? What are you going to do to reach the city with the gospel? This is what she says to me. It blows my mind away. Oh, we have already done that, Rock. We've already evangelized that city. Every person in the city clearly understands the gospel. And I'm just boggled in my mind as I'm listening to her. Is that unusual for that to happen? How'd the church do it? Think about this for just a minute. Oh, I forgot. Yesterday's lesson, you are the church. You are the body of Christ. If you don't talk about Jesus, no one's going to know. Understand this as well. They didn't have radio. Aquila said, no, what's a radio? What's TV? What's electronic communication? What's the internet? What is that, Rock? We just have each other in our homes. We just excited about loving on Jesus. So we go tell all of our neighbors about it. We invite them over. We share the goodness of God with them and who He is. Well, Aquila, don't you have a lot of evangelistic campaigns? You know, rent out a little stadium somewhere and get a little band. Why would we do that, Rock? All of us love Jesus. So we just go out there and we talk about it. We go from house to house. We tried mass meetings in our area, Rock. We really did. And what happened was this. We had a lot of persecution, and a lot of us would end up in jail because they hated us. They don't like us sharing the gospel. So we said, you know what we'll do? We'll just go from home to home and house to house. That's the way we did it. That's how we did it in Jerusalem. And the disciples, we evangelized the whole entire city, Rock, in a very short time. In fact, Rocky, let me tell you this much. This is going to blow your mind away. You know that country y'all call Turkey? Called Asia Minor. That's what it's called. We just did what we've been doing. We took 4.5 million people and we shared the gospel with them all. Wow. Wow. There's never been a greater evangelism thing ever taken place since then. Yeah, many of the converts, they came forward and in fact, a lot of those old pagan religions, they all died out. Wow. The Apostle Paul, Rock, even told us that when we do anything at all, just keep doing the same thing. It's amazing how many people can hear the gospel. Both Jews and the Greeks heard it. Wow, 4.5 million people. Can you imagine that? What if your little church of 100 would start talking to the neighbors in their neighborhood instead of just waiting, hoping that maybe somebody comes to church and maybe your pastor gives an altar call? Do you know you have the words of life in you right now? You see, it took them only 2 years, and we've got millions of people living around us all the time. So I'm encouraging you. Invite somebody over to your home. Talk to them about Jesus. That's when you break bread and you can talk about God and the ones living right beside you and the ones besides them, and invite them all over. Yeah, there's always going to be the churches in America. The majority of them are only open for an hour, 2, 3 hours at the most in a week. It's true. Most pastors don't preach that much. I'm not discouraging it. That's just how they were programmed. But guess what? If you really want to grow, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Mouth to mouth, face to face. Let's go talk to our neighbors. And guess what we'll do? We'll have revival. And we'll see our city get changed for Jesus Christ by the thousands and thousands and thousands. God bless you. There's the key. House to house.